Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is the start of another cross stitch vlog. So today is Monday, October 4th, and I do have two purchases, and then I'll show you my update of my stitching. I'm going to leave it in the clamp because I want to show you how it fits in there. I had a couple questions from people. So the first thing I got was my Hissing Cat needle minder. Are you kidding me right now? Because I am going to be using this on my project immediately. Because hissing. And it's very nice, like resin. I'm dead. Now, this wasn't cheap. Okay, so it came from Korea. And I've ordered from this person before. It is Stitch with Coffee, Angela. She only had one of these. I got it. $7.50, and then it was $10 shipping. I know! But it was completely worth it, because... Are you serious? Yeah. You know I had to have that as soon as I saw that. So, I will link Angela's Etsy shop down below. And then I wanted some project bags that were just easy to throw in a case or whatever. So Amazon has these mesh bags, and I will link them down below as well. It was a pack of 5, and I got the smaller ones. I just really wanted it for like the pattern and floss. I didn't need it for like a hoop or anything like that. So, you know, this size, and they have a zipper. I mean, if you were looking to save some money and not buy the expensive project bags, these would suffice for sure. So 5 colors, 2 blue, a green, a red, and a yellow. Now I hate that they're creased in the middle, so maybe I'll set some heavy books on them, get that crease out, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've had those bags before. I used to have the big ones, the really big ones. But those work pretty good for fabric. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Progress. I got to flip you guys around. You thought I was going to say I'm going to flip you off, right? No. Oh, today is actually not a bad work day. It's going fine, except Facebook is down. I tried to get on Facebook on my computer, and like Candy Crush is linked into Facebook, and like it was messing up, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, is something wrong with my iPad or my computer? No, it's like nationwide. All right, so let's flip around. I'm gonna bring you over here, show you my progress. So, last night, I got the rest of the pumpkin done. The L, the A, and the star. Now, I originally had the scroll rod this way, but I had this one the opposite way. Someone asked me a question. It does not matter how you roll your fabric if you roll it over or under. Has no bearing on the performance of the scroll rods. What I realized though, because I watched somebody's video, I liked that they rolled it under this way because look, I'm able to set like whatever color I'm working with. I set my scissors right here. They had set their pattern there. My pattern is way too big for that. But if you had a smaller pattern, you could do it. Yeah, I really liked that I could set the floss color I was working on and my scissors right there. I like that very much. So this is the table clamp for the Lowery. And, you know, you're able to have it here. I sit there and stitch. Now, I've been doing the pin stitch and finishing. That was what I was going to look at yesterday. I've been doing the pin stitch to finish my stitches on the front. And so I haven't had to turn over my work. The clamp in here, you can see that this has a knob that goes out. This type of scroll frame, which is the lock scroll from Artisan Designs, it just fits in here. If I come down here, you can see how wide that opens up. I mean, it opens up pretty wide. So if you have scroll rods where this is not this big, because this was the problem fitting it through here, not this. And I think my handy clamp scroll rods that I have, and I know the Arabesca ones are smaller, so I haven't even opened those up yet because I'm waiting for a day off. I'm hoping I have off tomorrow. I actually have a physical appointment in the morning, but I could get home and then do those 2 videos because I really want to see how those scroll rods are. But isn't it looking so good? Let me try to get, I was trying to get out of the light. Yeah, I really like it. And of course my resting witch face, and I'll be putting my cat needleminder somewhere around there because yes. But I finally figured out how to record overhead for stitching that works really well. I took it down because my husband will probably hit his head on it when he comes in to sit here. But let me pause. I'm going to clip it and I'm going to show you. Okay. This is how I do it. So this is a clamp that I bought off of Amazon. I will link it down below. You can bend this all different crazy ways, and any kind of phone you can hold in here, and it holds it really, really well. You know, I have this tripod that I actually use when I face-to-face record now. I had tried to put that behind my chair and go over top, and it wasn't working. But this, I was afraid that clamping it onto this shelf, that it would be too heavy when my phone was in it, that it would like pull off the shelf. But no, Bill hangs stuff really well. And this is sturdy on here. So this worked fantastic last night. All I did was I moved my scroll rod over, put my phone in there, made sure that the angle was right, and then just hit record, stopped the autofocus from jumping, and then just sat down and recorded. It worked so good. And what's nice is I can leave that bent like that and then just, you know, undo this, and I can just put this away. Then I just had it like sitting here until tonight when I stitch and record something else. But yeah, it's so fantastic. But yeah, that's my little setup for when I stitch. I love that table clamp so much. You have no idea. Okay, I'm going to end this little clip here. Doesn't it look so good? I can't even right now. So I will see you guys tomorrow with hopefully a couple more letters done in the word lantern. Hey guys, today is Tuesday, October 5th, and it's time for another update. So today I ran around to doctor appointments. Yeah, that was fun. No, needed to be done, but hissing, right? Hissing like a cat. Yeah. I did get some stitching done last night on my Primrose Cottage Stitches piece. This is Halloween. I got the rest of the word lantern done and these 2 stars. It's looking so good, right? And then, of course, my hissing cat. This will be on every project. Stitching this, and I have it linked down below, but stitching this on 28 count Jobelan in Antique Copper. Love this color. We'll be using it in the future for sure. Okay, I did get a purchase in the mail that I'd forgotten I bought. That's always fun, isn't it? Surprise! You purchased this. The biggest piece of news though. Get ready. Can you guess? Velke Potoky sent me my invoice. My stand is going to ship in November. Let's go! Finally! Yes! November. And they will send me a tracking number when it does ship. So depending on when it ships in November, I may have it for the retreat. Although I'm pretty sure I'm going to take my table clamp. We'll have to see. Because if I am going to be working on smaller scroll rods, I think, for the piece I'm going to take to the retreat. And if that's the case, I may be able to fit the scroll rods in the Velke Potoky. If it's a Q-snap, why wouldn't it fit scroll rods? So we're going to be testing that out when I get it for sure. But I was very excited to get that email, and I paid right away, and they confirmed that they received the payment. Okay, so I received a gift. I had a physical today, and then I have something wrong with the joint on my foot that's below my big toe. It's just painful and tender, and it has been for a while. My doctor does not think it's gout, but she referred me for an x-ray and to see a podiatrist, you know, a foot doctor. So I'm the kind of person that when I get stuff like that, I schedule it right away. The way that x-rays are done in our area, the radiology place I go to, you don't need an appointment. So I'm like, I'm already out. I'm just going to go get the x-ray done. So I did that. I have the foot doctor appointment at the end of the month. Got to fill out that paperwork, you know. But I checked my P.O. box, and I hadn't checked my P.O. box in a couple weeks. I've just been lax about it. And there was something in there. So this is from a subscriber, Alice Chansey. And she said, I've been a subscriber since June 2020. She started diamond painting then. And she had done cross stitch for years. And she decided to send me a gift from her daughter's Etsy shop. So it's a mug rug and a zippered pouch. The pouch can be used for many things. So I will link her shop down below because this stuff is gorgeous. And they also sent a tea bag. You know, maybe I need to give hot tea a chance because I'm a coffee drinker. I would love to drink hot tea. So we're going to try this out. I don't have any expectation with that, but thank you for sending the tea bag. So the shop is called the Quilting Princess. I will link the Etsy store down below. But here is the zippered pouch. Oh my God, it's a fox, right? So this I might put in my purse for change because my current wallet doesn't hold change. So this is going to go in my purse. But I love this. This is something I will definitely use for sure. So I love that it's got, but you can fit, you know, your coffee mug or a glass and then your snack next to it for sure. So there's the front. And then, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? It says, trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Love that. So Alice, thank you so much for sending those to me. I will definitely put those to good use. Okay. Now, the thing that I purchased was from the Witchy Stitcher. I get her newsletter, and she had this kit. And the kit was for this pattern. Spooky Halloween Sampler. I love the Witchy Stitcher's patterns. I have completed, I know I completed one. I completed two of hers. I really, really love them. I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, so I haven't opened anything up because I wanted to open it with you guys. So I love the sticker that she sent. A planchette that says you're fucked. This will be going on my floss case. Yeah. You know, my hair's looking really good today. Like the dye job. When I go back, I have an appointment at the end of October. I'm going to get it lightened up. Like I feel like the top is just too dark. And when my gray starts coming in, I have a picture where it's like blonde and ombre. So we will see. I am getting used to this though. Okay. But I've had blonde hair and I really like it. Yeah. All right. I look back at old videos. If you look back at videos when I first started my channel, I had blonde hair. Okay, so inside, she included Aida with it. This is gray Aida. You know, I don't know if I would stitch that on that because I feel like the black wouldn't show up, but obviously that's what she stitched it on, so I will definitely keep that. And then she has a beginner's guide to cross stitching. That's awesome. Never seen that. What the heck is cross stitch? Huh. It gives you all kinds of nice little tips. And you know, let me tell you, I'm always up for learning about something, which I'm going to talk about that in a minute, how I've already learned from someone. Okay, so it includes the pattern, and I like that she includes a big and a small pattern. So everything is awesome, but we're going to put this all back in the envelope because I like keeping stuff how it came. But I want to show you the real reason I bought the pattern, the kit, because you could have just bought the pattern, right? A coffin came with it. Oh my God! The coffin, it feels like resin. Why is it not shutting? It's like, it doesn't totally shut right, or does it? Maybe it's not meant to. Okay. Can you even right now with that? But when you open it, oh look, and her little signa is on the back. When you open it, it has a needle, and it has all of the floss on. It's already like ready for you on a coffin thread keep thing that was made. This is cardstock. Can you even right now? So black, white, orange, and gray, that are the only colors that are used for this. I loved the coffin so much. That's why I got it. Because why not? Right? So when I am ready to stitch that, I'll be ready. Now, she also sent treats, a bag of candy. You can never go wrong sending me candy. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was called the Candy Queen because I would spend my allowance on candy. I remember, ooh, there's a lot of candy in here too. What is that? We're gonna look. Oh my God. Look at this little baby notebook. Are you kidding me right now? I can't with that. Lollipop. Twizzlers. Twizzlers nibs. A Hershey's Fangs Crocs. What? Cookies and cream Hershey's. It looks like vampire fangs. And a Reese's pumpkin. Yeah, man. When I'm having a bad day at work, or I just want a piece of candy. I love Halloween candy. Look, I have my little jar here that I filled with Starburst. Starburst, I love those. Bill has gotten in the habit of coming in here after he gets off work and eating my Starburst. That sounded bad, didn't it? That sounded sexual, didn't it? Eating my Starburst, yeah. Okay. Okay, so now, that was the only purchase I had. But I want to talk to you about Jean Farish Needleworks. So she is a new to me floss tuber. She's been around a year. I don't know where the hell I've been, but she's been around for a year. And she's been teaching needlework since the 80s. So she's been around the block, the cross stitch block, the needlework block, right? Her channel is fantastic. And she has like 60 videos. I started at number 1. I'm only on number 2, so it's going to take me a while. But what I like about her videos is in every video, she picks a topic to teach on. And I've already picked up some tips. You know, I've been stitching for 35 years. But you can always learn something new. So don't say that you know everything about needlework, because we don't. So the first video, she talked about highlighters, and she mentioned using retractable ones because people have dropped their stuff. You know, I gotta, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Now you can see me more. Okay. Retractable ones because She has heard of people dropping it on fabric. Yes, I've done that. So retractable highlighters, absolutely. Now, she showed, and I was like blown away by this, and I know there are people that have been doing it. She showed how people use 2 colors when working on a pattern. I wish I had a free pattern that I could show you. We're just going to pretend. So you have a pattern, and let's say you're going to do the symbol that's a T. Whatever symbols you're going to stitch, you take a color, you highlight those symbols so you can see where you're going. Then when you stitch them, you highlight them in another color. I was like, oh my God, why have I not done that before? So it's almost like pre-highlighting, but it's like highlighting them. And I think people do that when they stitch Heaven and Earth designs, like use the pattern keeper thing. You mark it so you can see what the F you're stitching. And then when you've stitched it, you mark it in another color so you can tell what you've done. I love that. I'm going to try that for sure. Then she talked about the Victorian cross. So she was demonstrating the sewing method, which I'm just going to link her channel because I don't do the sewing method. People do it a lot when they stitch in hand because you're basically feeding the needle through. You're not going like this. You're feeding it sideways. And the Victorian cross is you complete each X as you go. Sort of like when you work with over-dyed threads to get the variegation, you complete each X as you go. But normally you would go, okay, the X would be from the bottom left to top right, and then bottom right to top left. Instead, she does bottom right, top left. No, Jesus, I'm saying that wrong. Bottom left to top right for the first leg, and the other leg is top left to bottom right. Sometimes I have done that if, depending on how my stitching is going, I didn't even realize there was a name for it, the Victorian cross. So she did that, and she showed on the back that the back of your stitching, it looks like a straight line. It's very cool looking. So she showed that, and then she also showed how if you do that sort of stitch, how you can end your thread, which is what she called the serpentine crawl. I was just like mesmerized when I was watching this video. Basically, she wound the thread because it was a straight line, right? She wound the thread like a centipede and it anchored it. And she also talked about ending your thread. She said, she never understood why people would leave tails, excuse me, tails of like, you know, an inch or a half inch on the back of your work. And when she asked that, people said to make sure that your threads are anchored. Well, if your threads are coming out, you're not anchoring them properly anyway. That's going to have nothing to do with it. In fact, she cuts her threads, and I do too. I looked at the back of my work. Let's look at the back. That's the back. Doesn't that look good? That is the friggin' back. So I cut my threads, and she does too, as close as possible to the end. I don't leave any kind of tail. Because she said what happens, and it's happened before on a project when I've done it. She said, for example, let's say you're stitching a white snowman, but you've done like a red scarf on him. If you don't cut the end of that thread down as close as you can to your fabric, you may bring that tail up. Say you had a tail like this much. When you're stitching the white, you may carry that through. And she said people have had like different colors pop up and be like, where'd the hell that come from? Well, because you have a tail on the back of your stuff. So if your stitches are anchored properly, there's no reason you cannot cut the thread up to your fabric. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I do the pin stitch, and I've also linked Carolyn Mazzeo's pin stitch tutorial down below because it's the one that I followed. I've been doing the pin stitch now because I've been doing the pin stitch to end my thread, and the loops start on the front to begin my thread. I never have to turn my work over. That's what I like. Okay. And then the last thing that she mentioned that I took notes when I was watching her videos, is she was talking about people like bashing other people in the community. And she said, you know, we all need to be gracious, kind, and tolerant. Just because someone does something different than you doesn't mean it's wrong. She's like, if you don't like something, just scroll right on by. And I've said that many times. Something is not to my taste, it doesn't mean that it's wrong, or they do it differently, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. And she said, when you take the joy of stitching from another stitcher, that's where we have a problem. And she said, that's what I don't like. And I totally agreed. You know, I can appreciate all kinds of patterns. There are so many things that I see at these retreats that are not my taste in stitching, but I think they're gorgeous piece of stitching, because let's face it, when you're stitching, you are putting yourself, your time, your energy, your love of the craft into this artwork that needs to be celebrated. Yeah, I mean, instead of tearing each other down, let's celebrate a finish, a designer that is different than we would normally go to. Like, I'm going to be honest, I am not really a sampler stitcher. All of those old samplers, or like the reproduction ones. But let me tell you, seeing them, I can appreciate the work that goes into it, and they're gorgeous. It's not something that I would want to do, but it doesn't mean I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. At the retreat, we do a show and tell, and on Friday and Saturday night, and everyone is celebrated. I mean, everyone oohs and ahs and like, you know, over the stuff that we complete. I mean, because I'm in awe of any piece of needlework. Seriously. Seriously. But okay, I've jibby-jabbed enough to you. So I will be back tomorrow. I do hope to stitch more tonight. I am tired. I've been up since 6 and been going. But I will probably stitch a little bit, because I'm now to the witch's boots on the pattern. I've been looking forward to getting to that part of it. So I will see you guys tomorrow with another update. Hey guys, so today is Wednesday, October 6th, and I wound up being off work today. Yeah, the job canceled when my boss got to the job. So what's nice about when that happens is that she pays us like a cancellation fee. So I still made some money today. But okay, we are here for a cross stitch update though, right? So I did receive 2 purchases in the mail yesterday. I had ordered, this was like a straggler pattern that I'd ordered from Top Knot Stitcher during the Needlework Expo. It is from Annie B's Folk Art, Advice from a Sunflower. I absolutely just loved this. I would probably stitch it on black. Not black. I have, my favorite black fabric is chalkboard from Fiberlicious. So this would look fantastic on that though. And it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 colors. Can't beat that, right? So very pretty. And then I purchased on Etsy, because we know Etsy is like the land of everything homemade, right? A Q-snap bag. And this is nice fabric. This is like corduroy. I can't stop touching it. So this is from Crafting Adventures UK on Etsy. I will link the store down below. It zippers all along the side. It does zip, unzip. And then you can pull your Q-snap out. Isn't that fantabulous? So I got one for an 11 by 11 Q-snap. And I liked this so much. Now this wasn't cheap. I want to say it was like 40 bucks, and then it's like $20 shipping because it's from the UK. I'm not a quilter. I'm not a sewer. I don't want to make this kind of stuff. I'll buy it. The fabric is fantastic. It's the corduroy, and it's so thick. I liked this so much that I went on the site and purchased a scroll rod bag. So let me flip around. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you, because I got to flip you around anyway. So here's my computer screen. There's the scroll rod bag. Because now, yes, $39.80, because I got the one that's 20 inches by 14 inches. And it's in that fabric, the fabric that I just showed you, which is so fantastic. So I can't wait to get that, because I figure that's going to go in my bag for when I go to a retreat. And then at night, when I go up to my room, I usually take my stitching with me and leave everything else down there. So I'll be able to put my scroll rod into this bag and carry it upstairs. I could probably, depending on how much room, it looks like there's quite a bit of room in here. I could probably go so far. Well, I have to carry my stand. But when I go to maybe a stitch night, if the Stitch and Post ever has it, I could probably just carry this and put my threads and everything inside. I loved it so much. I'm like, I gotta have one. Because I don't like throwing my scroll rod just in my Vera Bradley bag. I was gonna put it in a pillowcase. This is so much nicer, right? Okay, so I wanted to show you the progress on my pattern, but I wanted to show you my reorganization. So Bill's gonna come in today and he's gonna be like, what the actual fuck are you doing in here? Because every time he comes in, he looks around like to see if anything's different. So I bought the chart holder for the Lowery. You can use this chart holder on the floor stand, or you can see I have it on the table stand. So this is a little bit, I mean, it's sturdy in there now, but they had suggested putting a piece of tape on the magnetic board before putting in here, because it was like moving all around even when I tightened everything up. So what I did was I glued a piece of felt, and that worked pretty well. So obviously I have the pattern closed because I had it open, and then I was like, well, you guys, I can't show the pattern. So that's right there. And then here's my progress. So last night I got the witch's boot done. Right here. There's another boot that faces this way that I'll do tonight. And then like 2 stars. And I had to unpick, like I stitched the yellow first because I was counting down. I miscounted. So when I came, I was outlining this and I'm like, why isn't it like, it's like way up here. And I went, Jesus Christ. So I had to I had to tear out a bunch of stitches, but I was determined to restitch that. And it's kind of wonky right now because you can see the light from my window is through it. But, and then of course, the lovely hissing cat. But I rearranged a little bit. So here is how I record overhead for my stitch videos. See how I have that clamped to my shelf? And I put my phone in that top clip. And I have it like angled perfectly now where I don't have to finagle too many things. I do have this tripod linked in the description box because I really like it. You can bend that arm all different kinds of ways, and it's hard to bend it. Like I have to use like all my strength, but it works really well and it stays in place. But what I decided to do, because remember I had like my threads and all kinds of stuff there in my iPad, and I was like, well, that's not going to work. So I'm like, I need to put my iPad on this side. So I wheeled one of my carts over. I had this cart like over here. So I wheeled my cart over. I put my glass holder here. I ordered an iPad stand that I meant to tell you guys about yesterday that like folds up and puts your iPad at a higher level. So I will put that stand in here so when I watch my movies at night, I can watch them on this side. But then I'm like, what am I doing with my threads and scissors? Here, look what I did. So these are 3M hooks that are like small utility hooks. So I hung my scissors there, and then I put the bobbins on a ring. Now I ordered some thread drops that I'm going to see if I like them. Because you put the thread drops on a ring also, because I mean, they're going to hang down low, I'm guessing. We'll see about that. So I'll have the thread. So all I got to do is just pick this up to find the thread color. Yeah, can't beat that, right? So yeah, and then I put remember I put this This little thing down here, I put my scrap threads on. So I just put that there. I'll be able to easily reach that. But yeah, he's going to come in and be like, what the hell you been doing today? Organizing, finagling, always fooling with something. But yeah, so that's all I have to share with you today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully my aim today is to finish the witch's boot, the other boot, and then there's like a line of stars next to the boot, and that is the whole width of the pattern. So I'll be going to the next line after that. How exciting, right? I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, today is Thursday, October 7th, and it's time for another update. So I did some stitching last night while watching another of my Lifetime crazy cuckoo people movies. This one was about a professor that was obsessed with his students. Yeah, it was called, what the hell was it called? I don't remember. You can predict it. There's usually only a handful of people that did the killing in it. And I can almost predict it every single time now. So I did that and I stitched, and I used the chart holder for the first time and it worked really well. And this morning I actually decided to switch my fabric to my handy clamp scroll rods. So here is the progress. I did the other witch's boot. Yeah, that will be on every project. But yeah, I really love these scroll rods. This is drum tight. Yeah, absolutely. And I did put a piece of felt. I cut a piece of felt, pushed it into the clamp, then pushed the fabric into the clamp. So there's a piece of felt on the top and the bottom, and this fits so much easier into the corner clamp than my other scroll frames did. So I feel like I will love these. So tonight, I'm going to aim, there's like 3 stars that go right here, and then I get to move on to the next row. Let's go. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I'm really liking it. And I stitched that boot right. I didn't have to tear any out like I did the other night. And no purchases, nothing. I did buy some stuff yesterday though. From a couple places. I was like, that adds up quick, doesn't it? This is my new Starbucks cup. I like that I can hold it in my hand comfortably and it's not too big. Really like it. It was like 11 bucks. And I had $30 on my Starbucks gift card. So yeah. I wound up buying the scroll rod bag. A silk that I wanted for an ink circles piece came in stock on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. So I needed 2 skeins of that. And I wasn't just going to buy 2 skeins of silk. I was like, no. So I think I bought 2 Primrose Cottage Stitches patterns that they had in stock. And then I wanted some different thread drops. So I went to Down Sunshine Lane and they had some. So I bought those, but I got a pattern too, because it's like, going to these sites and just buying one thing, it doesn't warrant the shipping. So yeah, I went to a couple different stores and it's like, I need to stop. I didn't buy anything today though. Yeah. But yeah, so there will be some stuff coming in the mail, and I think my order from Fat Quarter Shop stitched. I bought a cross stitch journal because I really do want to start keeping track of my projects more, like when I started, what I stitched, the fabric, all of that. Because if I kept track all this time, when I pull this stuff off the walls to show you guys, I wouldn't have any question. I would know it. Yeah. And so I bought a couple doodads. I like gadgets and tools and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's it. I will stitch again tonight. Like I said, I want to get that row done and get to the next row. And I'll see you tomorrow for the last clip in this vlog. Hey guys, today is Friday, October 8th. and it is time for the last clip in this vlog for this week. So I did stitch last night and got some done on This Is Halloween. So I got done the 3 stars and then the first potion bottle in this row. Just love this piece so much. Stitching it on, as always, 28 count Jobelan in Antique Copper. And this was the first time using the handy clamp scroll rods. Love them. Oh my God. I have them linked in the description box below because I bought my set from Amazon. Here's what I like. When I used the other scroll rods, the lock scroll ones, the fabric would get loose. This doesn't get loose. This is still drum tight. And when I was stitching, it did not get loose. I absolutely love these scroll rods. And it fits right into the corner clamp with no problem. I'm even confident that when I get my Velke Potoky, I'll be able to put this in it and it will clamp up here. So we're going to be definitely trying that out, because if so, I may just take that to the retreat instead of, because that folds down flat, instead of lugging my corner clamp, my table clamp with me. Although I do like the table clamp and I have the pattern thing and all that. Yeah, I don't know, because that pattern is so big. It is like the size, you know, of a regular piece of paper. It's 8.5 by 11. So it's like, if I take the Velke Potoky, where am I putting the pattern? What I may do, and I'm telling you, I'm always like trying to finagle stuff. What I may do is even try to maybe make a copy of the pattern, although I don't have a color copier anymore. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I was thinking of making a paper copy. I could probably even buy a paper copy because I know they have a paper copy on their Etsy store. That's a good idea. Might do that and just be able to like fold it up and put it, you know, how I normally do it is I'll fold up the pattern if it's like paper and just put it right next to where I'm stitching with a needle minder. Just hold it on my fabric. So I have to think about that. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how long this is going to take me to stitch it. Yeah. Okay, so besides that, I did get one of my orders in that I placed from Down Sunshine Lane. I literally placed an order down Sunshine Lane, 1, 2, 3 stitch, that quarter shop, which they've all shipped. And then I even ordered some patterns from Primrose Cottage Stitches on their Etsy store, and I ordered a piece of fabric from Mad for Minders. So it's like 5 orders. I was just like, PayPal, PayPal. Yeah, like, okay, but I did get the Down Sunshine Lane order, and let me tell you, if you have never ordered from Amy at Down Sunshine Lane, you are surely missing out, because she has fantastic customer service. I mean, she had shipped my order, I want to say, within half an hour of me placing it. And I just placed it, okay, today's Friday. I want to say I just placed it Tuesday or Wednesday, and I already have it. So what I ordered was a pack of thread drops, which I'm very excited to get my thread on there for the Halloween piece. I'm going to use the thread drops because here's the thing. I like the bobbins. The bobbins is going to be my storage system. But when you take, you know, thread off the bobbin, then I have to figure out what am I doing with the other 5 strands. If you place the floss on here correctly, you only have to take your needle and you can pull out 1 strand at a time. I'm all for that. I've watched so many videos on it that, yeah, so this is going to be the project when I'm done filming this little clip. I'm going to get some floss on these. Okay. Then I ordered 2 patterns. This is Frog Cottage Designs, No Bones About It. It's Halloween. This would be such a quick and easy stitch. Isn't it so cute? Right? Yeah. It literally probably is 2 colors, orange and white. and you stitch it on black. Can't be any easier than that, right? And then I got Jardin Privé Lady Halloween. Absolutely love this. Are you kidding me right now? Now, this is probably, it only uses 3 colors. It uses DMC 310, 317, and 318. So 2 colors of gray and a black. This would look fantastic on white, obviously. They stitched it on white. But it could also, you could do any color. And the size of it, so on 14 count or 28 count, like Jobelan or whatever, it is 12¼ by 15. So it's pretty big. And let me take a peek at the pattern. You know what? I'll do that later. Why? You guys don't need to see me look at that. But Amy, the wonderful, wonderful person she is, she usually sends me a needle minder as a gift when I place an order, and she sent me 2, and they're perfect. Basic Witch. Are you kidding me right now? Instead of Basic Bitch, like Basic Witch, Starbucks. Yes. And Jack and Sally. So from Nightmare Before Halloween. Is that what it is? This is my favorite one. Are you kidding me right now? I like have all the Starbucks needle minders from her. That's going on my project. Next to the Hissing Cat. Yeah. Amy, thank you so much. I will link Amy's store down below. She has a lot of stuff. And she ships really quick. So that's all I got to show you. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Lots of stitching. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.